If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and most importantly, please make sure that you are following me on Telegram at TD Media Group to help circumvent social media censorship and shadow banning. With the introduction out of the way, let's get into today's news. And today, we are headed back to Los Angeles. Why? Because this weekend during the No Kings protests, or No Kings Riot is what I'd like to call them, that were happening all across the country. Obviously, as to be expected here in Los Angeles, things got out of hand, to say the very least. Things got violent, very disorderly, a lot of graffiti tagged everywhere, facilities broken into, so on and so forth, as per usual. And before we even get into all of that, what I want to show you guys first is this quick news clip here. Let me show you this quick news clip of this illegal immigrant criminal who was doing heinous acts to children in this city. And understand, people like this is who Gavin Newsom is trying to protect. People like this is who Karen Bass are trying to protect. People like this is who these lunatics out in the street that are causing a ruckus, creating riots, destroying property, and harming people. They're fighting to protect people like this that I'm getting ready to play here, right? Look at this clip here. The word RAPE, I don't like saying that word, right? I typically say, violating or violations. I'm going to have that word bleeped out, but just understand the word that's bleeped out is the R word, right? RAPE. Now let's get into this heinous, demonic act that this illegal immigrant criminal was engaging in this country.
An update here on a story we've been following. A man charged with raping women in a dungeon on wheels takes a plea bargain. Eduardo Sarabia took the plea today in Pomona. He was facing 80 years in prison for rape. His attorney told him his alleged victims were outside court ready to testify, so he agreed to a deal with 25 years in prison. Our Haley Winslow broke that story when it happened, and since her original report, his niece and 2 other victims have come forward, making for a total of 2 children and 3 adult victims. Sarabia is an undocumented immigrant, and the case was highlighted by President Trump when he talks about deporting criminal aliens.
How are you against this? How are you people are, I'm trying not to, whatever. People are so stupid, right? People are so stupid. The overwhelming majority of arrests and deportations that have taken place overwhelmingly have been people like this. People like this. And Holman was very clear that if you're not going to let us in the jails, we're going to have to hit the streets. And in what you said you didn't want to happen is going to happen. There's going to be collateral pickups, because if we have to hit the streets to get these guys, we're not going to overlook the illegal immigrants that we come across. Now, he never said, and Trump never stated, that they weren't going to arrest and deport those who do not have a criminal record. Never said that. Trump, when he ran for president, as we all remember, said he was going to put forth the largest mass deportation effort in American history. So criminal record or not, he was going to come after you and remove you because you're in the country illegally. And that's against the law, right? Nonetheless, the focus is with the worst of the worst first. And once again, this is who these people are trying to protect, right? And they're going so far as to destroy their own homes and their own businesses to do it. Look at this here. This is a mall in downtown Los Angeles, on Figueroa to be exact. It's about, I want to say, 3 to 4 blocks away from the Staples Center. It's not called the Staples Center anymore where the Lakers play. It's called Crypto.com Arena. I refuse to call it Crypto.com Arena. It's still the Staples Center. But look at how this mall is boarded up. Look at this here. If these protests were genuine and were legit, these malls wouldn't have to board up all their windows and turn a once very nice outdoor mall into essentially something that looks like kind of a prison. I mean, I don't look at all the windows. Now, the mall is still functional. It's still operating, but everybody has all their windows boarded up. So if you go downtown now and you go to this little mall on Figueroa, This is what you're going to see. You're going to walk into the Target, you're going to walk into Zara, you're going to walk into Gold's Gym, you know, H&M and Pink, whatever, Victoria's Secret, and you have to enter through doors that are surrounded by plywood, because these protests aren't really legitimate protests. They're just lunatics that are looking to destroy everything in their sight and create havoc. This is completely absurd. Completely absurd. This video clip here captures the essence of Los Angeles, and you're going to see what I mean about that in just a moment. Check this out next.
Fuck Donald Trump! 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 Fuck Donald Trump!
Let's just hear that one more time.
Fuck Donald Trump! 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 Fuck Donald Trump!
I mean, they're not doing anything wrong, you know. That's I mean, technically that's peaceful protesting, you know, and that's fine, you know. But I didn't show you this video to show you that they're doing something wrong per se. I just wanted you guys to know and understand that, like, as they're saying this, walking over this homeless man that's sitting on the ground right here, this is the essence of LA. This is Los Angeles in a nutshell. Homeless are everywhere out here. Los Angeles is the homelessness capital. So while you're screaming F Donald Trump and walking over homeless people, it's Gavin Newsom's policies and Karen Bass's policies that create this all over the city, not Trump. But you're saying F Donald Trump. Meanwhile, this is Los Angeles, what you're looking at right now in a nutshell. I promise you, this right here is LA in a nutshell. But F Donald Trump. Okay. All right. That's brilliant. Sounds great. Sounds great. Look at this next clip here. Just another day in LA. Look at this. Just another day in LA. Just tagging walls. Not worried about any type of consequences. Not worried about being arrested. Only in blue cities. Only in blue cities. Look at this here. Look at what you're getting ready to see next. Watch this. Look, just swinging, having a good time. Just tagging the walls. F ICE, F this, F everything. And without a concern in the world. Without a single concern of being held accountable at all whatsoever. But even worse, look at this clip next. You know, the US Marines were protecting Federal Building downtown Los Angeles over the weekend. And look at this foreign flag waving fool screaming down on US Marines.
Hey, fuck you too! Shame on you! My dad falls in this country! My dad's a real Marine! Shame on all you cowards! Shame on you! How do you feel about the president going to do this? Coward! Coward! Just doing your job, huh, buddy? Just doing your fucking job! You're fucking embarrassing! You're fucking embarrassing! Are you proud? You gonna shoot me? Shoot me? You gonna shoot me? You gonna fucking shoot me? Coward! Look at yourself!
He wants to be a victim so bad. You're pretending to be a victim so bad. He's sitting there screaming that these Marines are cowards while he himself is wearing a mask because he's a coward who doesn't want to be seen, right? He's a coward who doesn't want to be seen or known, but he's screaming at these Marines, calling them cowards while holding a foreign flag in his hand and representing a foreign flag on his back, disrespecting US Marines. You think that if the roles were reversed, I can go to Mexico holding an American flag and start screaming down on their military men over there? What do you think will happen to me over there? Yeah? What do you think would happen to me over there? These people are so entitled and disrespectful, and then goes into victim mode afterwards. What are you going to do? You're going to shoot me? You're going to shoot me? They're not even talking to you. They're not even responding back to you. Why are you talking about, are you going to shoot me? What are you going to do? Are you going to shoot me? And if they did, you'd be on the ground hollering and screaming for your mom. I'm sure you don't want that, right? You want to play the role of pretending like you're a victim, but once you become a victim, you see, I don't play games like this, right? Because all that sounds cool until you're bleeding out, gasping for air. Now that's not cool anymore. Now it's not funny anymore. Now trying to play the victim and taunting people with guns, oh, that looks like that was a bad idea now. You know, I really despise this kind of stuff. And I talked about this in the video prior. I think it was the Newark, New Jersey video when they were at the detention center over there, essentially taking over the detention center. You had cowards with masks who had the audacity to be at a ICE detention center calling the ICE agents cowards while they're the ones wearing masks and then saying, what do you got that gun for? You're going to shoot me? You're going to shoot me? You're going to shoot me? But if he did, now what? You feel what I'm saying? Now what? Now you're hollering and screaming while you're gasping for air. These people are morons, man. I'm sorry. Like, you know, I try not to get into like the stupid morons, idiots. I try mentally. I tell myself, you know, let's try to keep it a little bit more professional, like how you used to do, TD. You're a lot more professional. I'm still a lot more professional than most, honestly. People get on this internet and talk crazy. But like, you know, I try to keep it cool. But like, you can't. You have to call stupid what it is. It's stupid. This is unintelligent. You're dealing with unintelligent people right now when you're taunting people with guns. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox. Look at this here. Eventually, obviously, at some point, they had to disperse the crowd because they were getting too violent and belligerent. Here's one of the clips here. Check this out right here. That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. This is America, folks. This is Los Angeles. Look at this next clip here, and we're going to round this out and bring it to a close. So much for peaceful protest, ladies and gentlemen. So much for peaceful protest. But that's what was going on over here this weekend in LA, man. Just complete foolishness.